everyone, welcome back to week 5. Today we're going to learn a little bit about different kinds of seeds and different ways to grow things. So grab your garlic and your toothpicks, your cup that was in your kit, and you'll need your observation record sheet for further down in the experiment. So let's get started by talking a little bit about garlic. If you've never seen garlic grow before, it's pretty similar to how onion grows. You put it in the ground and it buries the roots down, and then the garlic clove that you plant then becomes the actual garlic head that you see in the store. So that's a little bit about how it grows, but we're gonna do some experimenting with the garlic clove and learn some different ways about how you can plant and grow your garlic. So what we're going to do is we're going to grow it in a cup to start with. You may have a plastic cup, you may have a styrofoam cup. I'm going to demonstrate it in a plastic cup just so you guys can see what I'm doing here, and we're going to go from there. So if you don't have your supplies, go ahead and grab them and get ready. Okay, so hopefully you have your supplies handy and ready to go. Before we begin, let's talk a little bit about how you could take this experiment farther after you've learned how to do this. So basically what we're doing is we're taking something that you might have in your kitchen and we're learning how to regrow it, repurpose it, and then continue on growing. So this kind of experiment can be done with other vegetables around your house that you might have been wanting to throw away. So you can keep tops of things like celery and carrots and romaine lettuce, and you could do the same kind of experiment, putting it in some water. You could put it in a bowl, it could be a cup, it could be a pan, long as if just the very bottom of it is touching some water and can get a chance to suck up that water and regrow. So other things other than celery and carrots are, you can do this with something with like onions. So there's a lot of different items you can do this experiment with if you want to kind of take it a little bit farther and experiment with other things if you have the supplies around home. So very simply, we're gonna start our experiment. So here is our garlic. We're gonna take our toothpicks and we're going to put it on both sides of the garlic. This is the flat side of it. Okay, so we're going to put it on the edges, just like so. We're going to get our cup full of water, and we're just going to balance it on top like that. Okay, very simple. Our experiment is all set up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this near a windowsill, and we're going to watch it grow. So I'm going to move that off to the side. And let's talk about what to do after our garlic starts growing. So after our garlic has started sprouting, something very similar to this right here, you will see the roots starting to form underneath the water, and then our stem is going to expand up above the glass of water. So after you see roots starting to form and the green is starting to pop out of our clove, we're simply going to transplant it into a pot or to our ground garden bed, whatever you have at home, and that's going to be called transplanting. So what we're doing is we're starting the seed, starting the clove inside water, and then we're going to transplant it. Something very similar to what we do with like tomatoes and peppers is we're starting them and we're going to transplant them into what we need to finish growing it in. So after you've transplanted it, put the pot in somewhere that's near a sunny place, be a window, or if you're going to put it outside, make sure it's in a sunny location. So what the garlic's going to continue to do is the green is going to continue to sprout and become larger. And how you know when the garlic is ready to harvest is very similar to onions, if you've ever grown onions. And if not, all you need to watch for is the shoots to become a little bit yellow and then could tip a little bit, and then you'll know that it's ready to harvest. So you'll simply either pull it up by your hand and then your garlic clove will be underneath the dirt, or you can take a shovel and lightly dig at it and then pull the garlic head out, or use a potato fork if you have one of those. Anything like that will work. We're planting it now starting it now in May, so it would be ready very late in the summer, early fall. If this is something that you'd like to plant in the future, know that fall time is a really good time to plant garlic. You can simply put the garlic clove just like this, papery skin on, put this root in the bottom in the fall, sometime around November, and they will start to sprout in very early spring, and then you'll be ready to harvest them around July. But because we're planting and starting this in May, it'll be a little bit later. I would look for that yellowing of the leaf to be probably more like in August or September, and your garlic head might not be as big as in full because it didn't get planted last fall, but you're still going to get garlic. It's still going to taste good, and you can still use it in your food for your cooking. So there's a little bit about how to grow different kinds of seeds indoors and even in water. So as the weeks or as the days go on, use your observation record sheet to kind of draw, write, explain what's happening, make sure to date it, write a description, and like I said, you can draw it up here or you can write some of your words up here. And on your page of instructions is a little bit of questions you can kind of ask as go along. Make some predictions, you can write them on here if you want, so you can look back on them, but make some prediction. What do you think is going to happen? How long do you think it's going to take before it roots? Make those kinds of predictions. So I hope you have fun with this fun experiment on looking at different ways to grow like plants. This isn't a seed, this is just a clove. It's like a kind of like a seed set. It's ready to just be put in the ground, but it's not a typical seed that you see like a carrot or like a tomato. So there's a fun experiment to do in your home, and hopefully you'll get a chance to plant it outside and watch it grow and then harvest it later on this summer. So have fun with your garlic clove, and we'll see you next week.